Welcome to another episode of the Purple Pill Podcast. This is episode 115 of the Purple Pill Podcast. I'm your host, Robert. I'm with my co host, Darren, in LA. How y'all doing today?
No complaints here. No complaints here. No complaints here. I think we're definitely in the actual warm time, and we can stop being in the cold weather. It might just be rainy, but I think we're out of the cold.
It's going to be 70 plus in the great state of Ohio.
It was 70 plus yesterday. It was beautiful out.
It was.
It was actually a really good day to work outside.
There were baptisms when I had the chance, but I chose not to.
Baptisms.
I call them baths. They're baths baptisms. When we went on vacation, did I show you this?
No, that's amazing.
I found this. I was like, I gotta go. It's my bubbies.
Wait. Is it just like a water canister?
Yeah, it's like a bubble tea is what came in it. So it's got like the hole at the top.
Oh my God. That's amazing.
I went to a bubble tea shop and they had it. An arm and a leg, but I'm like, I'm bringing something back.
That's lit. Well, let's get into some of our topics. And today we're still going to be talking about artificial intelligence. Derek, can you introduce this topic?
So this is they call him the godfather of AI. He worked, I believe, at Google. But he was pretty much in charge of running. Oh, he's going to explain it. But pretty much is he left the job, and then he's going to explain why he feel like he's created something that's not all that good for humanity.
All right, let's check this out then.
The last year that made this so urgent for you?
So for a long time, I was working on making computer models that got more and more intelligent in an attempt to understand what went on in the brain. And very recently, I realized that the computer models we're now making may actually be a better form of intelligence than what's going on biologically. So the idea that they might overtake us quite soon suddenly became much more plausible. For a long time, I'd said that would be 30 to 50 years, but now I think it may only be a few years.
What are you scared of happening if they do get smarter than us in a few years?
So the reason I'm talking out now is because we need to think really hard now about how we're going to control something that's more intelligent than us. Nobody's put enough thought into that. We don't know if there's a simple way to do it. It's not like climate change where you can say, if you stopped burning carbon, you'd solve the problem. There isn't a simple solution like that here. But not enough people are thinking about it, and not enough resources are going into thinking about it. And that's why I'm speaking out.
So we were right the whole time.
I think Terminator might have been right the whole time. But I just wanted to get y'all opinion on this because he's a first-hand person who's working on it and who has been working on it. And even he's like, we might need to start thinking about controlling something that's more intelligent. Just that pure statement is why I brought this up. What do y'all think about that statement? Controlling something that's more intelligent than human.
Isn't that what the white people did with black people?
Let LA go first because I'm not doing this with Rob. Offer. All right. But nah, man, nah. In general. What do you think?
Rob, you a funny dude, man. You're a real funny dude. So first of all, when this man is talking about what do you say, models is what he's making?
Yeah, basically.
And so these models are patterns that they use in which to understand the human brain and how things work. And he's saying that now these models and these maps are becoming more sophisticated and more capable than biological ones, is what he's saying, and that no one is now thinking of how to control something that's smarter than us, right? That's what he's saying.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, yeah, I agree. We should always have checks and controls in our technology. That is like rule one of technology. So I don't see what the problem is. I'm sure we have these controls, do we not? We don't just let our technology run rampant. Like we don't have a nuclear warhead system that can trigger itself. Like we have safeguards against it. You know,
Yes,
that,
multiple.
that technology could kill us, and no one's worried about nuclear reactors. We have nuclear reactors all around the world.
Mm. Like you said,
So
there's
what?
multiple safeguards.
Yeah.
There's
So what?
multiple things that like multiple policies that have to be ignored for it to get to a point that it should anyway do damage to humans
So
or the
why?
wildlife or the environment in general.
So I feel as though those safeguards will be put in place, and we should be okay, right?
Um,
Or are we just saying we don't have faith that they're going to do it at all because of what this guy said?
is I think it's what happens when something more intelligent knows that it has a safeguard that even it can try to bypass.
If something more intelligent knows that it has a safeguard that it's going to try to bypass, why would it bypass the safeguard?
Just I don't know why anything does anything, and I don't know why I don't know why a computer would do it either. But
But
it is
when
AI.
when we say computer, Darren, like this computer doesn't have feelings. Like it has an objective and a job. If there's not a result that it wants, it's not going to do that job. So what would this computer want? Or what would be the result? Because you have to put something in to get something out with the computer. It
I got
doesn't just
something.
wake up one day and it's like, oh, I want to take over the world.
That's the problem with AI, though, right? Isn't that the sense
No,
that it could put its own
no,
after
that's not
gathering the? All right.
that's not how it works. You have to give it an objective. You don't Chat GPT doesn't just wake up and say, I'm gonna learn. Like you give it something, you give it a model, and it learns based off that model, based off our answers, based on how we interact with it.
Darren, I'll give you the Ultron example. Tony Stark built Ultron to protect the world, and Ultron diluted that by destroying the world because he said that would be best off for the world. So to LA's point, Tony gave it an objective, and it went to go complete the objective the best it could.
Okay, that is a possibility, but at the same time, we would train this AI. You understand what I'm saying? Like we wouldn't just. I'm sure if you went to version 01 of
Yeah.
ChatGPT and put in there like, what is the answer to cure global warming? It'll be like kill all humans. I'm sure that's what would happen. But like these things learn and evolve, and it's learning based on us and our needs and our wants. So that's why maybe I'm ignorant on the subject, but that's why I'm very laissez-faire about it and very happy for AI. Like I use it at work. I use it in my day to day. I'm planning my birthday and our guys trip using AI. Like it's pretty cool. I enjoy it.
I
But
think
I can
everybody
see the
enjoys
doomsday
it.
aspect. I can see the doomsday aspect, and that would be crazy because we would not win.
No, we're losing. We're it's out.
We would not win at
Like
all.
we
We
could
would have
call
to.
Captain America, we could call Iron Man, we could get Elon Musk in a suit. Like
You'd have to shut off all electricity and then go back to the dark ages and start over. There'd be no
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
But at least we have a way out. And then the Matrix happens. Ooh, that'd be crazy. We get to live in the Matrix and be batteries.
No
Darren, would you eat
TVs,
steak in
no
the Matrix
computer.
once you realize steak is fake?
I'm not doing this, y'all.
Hey, if
I'm
steak
not.
is not real,
That's a valid question. If we are in the Matrix because of AI, would you eat AI steak?
it's not
And
real.
would you be able to know the
Hell
difference?
no. No,
Darren,
I'm
it's
Would you
not
not.
know
real
the
though.
difference?
I'm good.
You wouldn't even know.
I'm good.
Everything is fake. Everything's made up.
Fair. Guess what? I'm good. That's how my food already is, right? Made up.
So you could eat. So you could eat all of it.
No, I'm
Perfect.
good,
Good.
Joe.
Good answer, Darren. Good answer.
I can't eat steak. I'm good.
But I
Alright,
mean,
but
I enjoy his question. Like, it's not enough thought going into the checks and bounds of something because it's new technology and everybody's excited about it. Everyone wants to see it grow. But yeah, I do 100% agree that we need to be like, okay, like version 2 of this is out now and this shit is powerful. We need to make sure like we take out racist shit. We need to take out, like child
yeah,
abuse shit. We need to take out all of this
Sexual.
far right, far left, far north, far south. We need it to just be within these bounds, and then
neutral,
like, we need to
neutral.
we
So I
need
have a
to make
question
it.
for y'all. Do you think
Yeah,
we could ever get to the point where we have two lawyers upload their arguments to a Chat GPT AI, and the AI decides who's the winner of the trial based on the evidence
just
given?
No.
I mean,
I think it can help. I think it can absolutely help him, like with case studies, and be like, "Hey, I need something that will help me defend this case. Pull up other cases in throughout history that will help me." And then they can be like, "Yo, here's my evidence for this." Like the precedent
I
was
think
set with
All
this.
right. So to
I think
Darren's
Rob
point,
could. It could, Rob.
okay. So hold that thought. So to Darren's point, if we don't want AI is judging us, could we? What's if we have AI lawyers that present the argument to the court/jury?
You can go to jail quicker than that than ever.
What's if the AI
That
just
seems
be like, yeah,
roughly
that nigga
true.
did it?
Ha ha
My,
ha.
could you imagine, like, as soon as the prosecution actually actually the prosecutor actually make their case, the AI is sitting there like, you know what? That lawyer
I,
makes a really great argument. I have nothing. He
my
did.
client would like to change his plea to guilty as fuck because you're screwed. I only am a 1.0 lawyer. He's 6.0.
I'm just saying, Darren. They've been playing chess engines for years. I wouldn't be
Yep.
surprised if they could figure it out for like actual being a lawyer, being a cop, being a firefighter.
Nah,
I
Imagine getting your ass beat by the racist, the robots.
I mean, I understand if I'm in a fire,
that's
yeah, let a robot come and
earlier.
save me. I feel like it'll get me out of there, and
It'll
you
be
save
nothing but
a human.
benefits, and I can't wait.
Low key, bro, they're gonna feel like they're slaves. And they're
No,
gonna
they
that's
won't.
what
They
that's
don't
what
have
at the end of the day, that's why
feelings.
they're gonna rebel against us.
Do garbage cans have feelings? What do you mean? No, they don't have feelings. They do a job. They have a purpose, and they complete it. There's no
Yeah, but
feeling
the
involved.
garbage can have artificial intelligence.
Some of them do.
What if somebody just asks the AI to feel emotion?
I
They
don't think that works that
can
way.
you can you can you quantify or define
Fair,
emotion?
LA, fair, LA,
Like it,
fair,
and especially if
fair.
you've never experienced it, like as a computer, this thing is made out of ground, dirt, and electricity from the fucking sky. I don't know what it's made out of, but
LA
like, there's
put my
no way,
fair.
huh?
You put my mind a lot more at peace with this, but I still think
All right.
AI is a very powerful thing.
It
So
is. It's very
I,
powerful.
I got another movie for y'all. Have you ever seen the
Yeah,
movie Ex Machina?
fantastic movie.
Darren, have you seen it? Darren, go watch that movie. That movie is fantastic. It covers
That's
this
the
too.
movie. I was trying to tell Darren where they was doing the what was that? The Asimov test where he couldn't
Yep.
tell if it was real. Yeah,
Yep. Exactly.
I was
Because
telling y'all about this. This shit is wild.
that movie's fantastic. You should go check it out, Darren. And also, it has one of the best dance scenes in movie history.
You should watch it. It's on Plex.
It's on Plex.
I
We can
think
watch it.
technology.
We can watch
I
it and
think
go over the app.
I think technology is going crazy.
10 out of 10. I can't wait. Like
I just
honestly, like people definitely, if you have a job, you can use AI in any facet and make your life easier. Your 40-hour work week does not have to be 40 hours. You can learn, you can teach yourself things just by asking it a question.
oh
Go down that
bro,
rabbit hole. Spend an hour.
there's
You'll learn
there's
a
so
lot.
many. You go on social media and just get into AI just through there. They'll start teaching you everything just through social media. One
Don't
dude,
even don't even
one dude,
waste your time there. Open it up. Put
yeah,
a
do it.
query
Yeah,
in there and
of
learn.
course. Yeah,
LA, did I
but
tell you the scripts I wrote in it?
I didn't even know you can write scripts, Rob.
So, bro, LA, I got this thing to write me 52 weeks, a year's worth of wrestling scripts, week to week, in detail, and also choreograph the matches
Yep.
Crazy.
in detail.
It goes nuts. It just goes nuts, bro. Like
We got
somebody
The
else
Rock
was
going
like,
crazy.
somebody was like, teach me how to be like a neuroscientist. And they was like, give me the curriculum. Give them the curriculum. And it was like, all right, break down each one of these courses into a week's course. Boom, boom,
Yeah.
boom. All right. And then it was like, this is legitimately Harvard level fit to get through. And I was like, bro, this
Imagine
like,
if the next generation of children have this at their fingertips. Any question they have,
I think
it
this
will be
leads a lot
there.
more to what Rob was talking about a lot earlier in our first couple podcast episodes, where he was talking about Elon Musk and the chip, where it's
That would
just
be
like
crazy too.
in your head, and you're just like, yeah, okay, I know exactly what to do in this case. He's in trauma, he's in shock. The ambulance is on the way. We just got to secure
Technology,
him and keep pressure on this. You're right.
technology's main root
Yeah.
goal is to help the human condition, and we will forever need help. And I think it will have enough problems to solve without killing us for quite a while, to the point where we will be Wally and we will have no problems.
Wally.
Yeah. They said we're going to adapt to be part technology as well. They said
I
that's the
would
next.
100% agree.
That's probably our best attempt at fighting back, honestly.
They said that's the next
Cybernetics,
evolution of man.
of
They
course.
say we go to being part machine.
Because think about it, we've already done things that most men 100 years ago would have thought impossible. Now
100%.
the next endeavor, we've been to the moon, we've been to everywhere in space that we can. The next endeavor is to go further in space. We've already or further in the earth, correct? The way we can do that is
Robots.
by augmenting our bodies. We can't make it that far in earth or from the earth to different solar systems without longer lifespans or being able to preserve our bodies. So we have to use cybernetics to do that.
All right, I have a question.
Or be
LA.
able to, what's up?
All right. What's if we make a bunch of robots? Let's say we make 100,000 to a million of these robots, right? AI
Okay.
robots. We put them on a spaceship. We send them as deep into space as we fucking can.
Okay.
The first civilization we find, we take over and conquer it with the robots. Then we move all the humans slowly to the new planet.
for the why though.
Because Earth is going to be a shit show in like 1,000 years.
Okay.
We need to find a new Earth or a new home.
I feel as though AI's first attempt will be in restoring Earth
Okay.
and balancing it out
Okay.
before adventuring. But I don't know. Maybe adventuring would be if adventuring
both.
was a valid option and we took over. That'd be cold-blooded. I feel like AI would win if the civilization was less advanced, but if the civilization was as advanced or more advanced, then they're gonna come back and fuck us up.
You say they're going to turn their AI against us?
If their technology is more advanced, hell yeah. We don't know what they have.
It's on the radio waves
But
into space all the
yeah.
time.
You have to think, like, if we're coming from Earth all the way there, it's taken 1,000 years. Our technology's old now. So by the
Touche.
time they get there, now what?
Yeah. Okay.
So I don't know. I think AI would try to fix Earth instead of wasting time. Unless they had like self-upgrading AIs by them that could upgrade themselves as they get there. That'd be dope.
Ooh.
That would be dope.
That's
If it
a
could
real
pull
option.
resources, if it could pull resources from other planets that aren't occupied, that will have to cause a war. Excuse me. Then I think that would probably be the best thing first. Like, just be like, hey, this rock has water on it. We need more water. Go bring all the water you can back, and just keep doing that. Like, would you like that? Wouldn't be a bad idea, especially if you're like, oh, there's no wildlife on this planet. There's nothing wrong with this water for us.
I don't know, or they found out some way to do like nuclear fission and just generate their own energy at all times they need to do shit. Be crazy. What else you got though? What other
So
AI
still talking about
amazingness?
Yeah, so still talking about AI. So this guy, he was able to hack his iPhone, and gave his chat GPT eyes. So I want y'all to
I
check
think my
this
fridge
video
is a
out.
little bit loud, but that's gonna come. All right, last week I demoed the initial version of my GPT Eyes project. This weekend I hacked together a much more interesting version. So I'm gonna go ahead and demo that for you now. Keep in mind that this AI it has no prior knowledge of anything. It will only get information from the camera, see all these boxes doing object detection, and from the information it can search on the internet. And apologies, I think my fridge is a little bit loud, but that's going to come into play here. So let's run this.
What can I help you with?
What is the keto diet?
I'm looking it up. The keto diet is a low-carb, high-fat diet. It lowers blood sugar and insulin levels and shifts the body's metabolism away from carbs and towards fat and ketones.
All right, I want to know, if I show you food that I have, can you identify which food is keto? Show it my fridge. I've added a bunch of this stuff to my custom data set. Get a good glance at some things. I should pick up what I've got in here. And when I turn away from the fridge, it's going to know the fridge anymore, and it should be able to process this. So just give it a sec. It should be identifying this shortly.
God, the bottom
Okay,
screen.
processing.
Okay, so it did identify. We're done. A little slower than I liked, but it's the most recent thing I added, so I'm okay. So it's going to go and search the web and figure out what's keto and what's not.
It's scary.
It looks like you have steak, spinach, butter, avocados, and lemons. Those are all great keto foods.
Okay, here's what I want you to do. I want you to search the internet for a recipe that uses those ingredients so that I can make dinner.
Searching the web.
Okay, so it's going to go hopefully find me a recipe that uses ingredients. It didn't get everything right in the fridge, but that was a pretty good start, especially considering my data's not
I
right.
found a recipe called 15-minute lemon garlic butter steak with spinach that uses your ingredients.
Thanks so much. You did exactly what I needed, and I'm all done. Thanks.
That's perfect use case. That's exactly what it should be able to do.
You think AI is gonna be able to see race?
Rob is
I mean, it'll know based on, features and tones and other race specific attributes that people represent. So yeah, I think it will be able to determine what race you are.
All right. Well, that was the intelligent part of our podcast. Now we got to go to the nigga part of our podcast.
there will be more intelligent parts at some point.
So, is this justified? Student sprays her high school teacher. Pepper sprays her high school teacher for taking her phone. Let's check this video out.
No, not just
I'm actually not going to show this video because we might. So I'm just going to show you all.
Oh, Mace?
So I don't know if it's considered assault.
Mace
Probably
is
is.
crazy. Nah, Mace is crazy. Nah, she just faced it. Nah. Nah, I gotta go. Hold on. Oh. Nah. No.
He just pepper sprayed me. Give me my phone. Give me my phone. Can I get my phone? Can I get my phone? I need my phone.
Over the phone is crazy.
I need my phone.
This nigga.
I need my phone. My phone. Can I get my phone?
Where's the cop at?
I need.
Where's the cop at?
Watch out, man.
She needs to get right.
play the
in teeth
video,
right now.
man. Play the video. It's really good. 10 seconds left.
I need my phone.
These white people.
Did she not? Does she not understand that she considers to have a weapon in her hand right now?
But they're not acting like it. Nobody's acting like she got pepper spray in her hand. She should
I
be
feel like
pinned to
she
the
just give her,
ground and
just
submitted there until the police come. That's
give
what should
her
have
her
happened.
phone. Just give that girl her phone, bro.
No. Who the fuck she? Who the fuck she thinks she is, bro?
She's got pepper spray in her hands. Let the cops come and take her out. Give her her phone. My job is worth a whole lot less than being pepper spray. That shit can really fuck you up and blind you, bro. Like, no, you can have your phone. I'm calling the cops.
This is why these white teachers don't want to go to public schools, bro. This is exactly why.
That's why no one wants to go to public schools.
But these black teachers are forced to go, and they try to hold it down in Philadelphia.
No one's forced to go. No one's forced to go. This is exactly why we need AI. So this is no longer a problem. Especially
Shit, she might pepper spray the AI. The AI will take her phone.
Especially
We don't need AI.
Defund everything.
People like, bro, certain people don't need AI in their life. I'm sorry.
No, AI will be great. She'll be able to learn a lot of the things she needs to learn.
She don't need to be in a
without
society.
endangering this young man's life.
Dog, this is the scary thing about technology right here. How important is it, shit, that you can't have it for 2 seconds?
This is why I don't think, like when you're in middle school, whatever, you don't really need a phone. High school, like I can understand you have little brothers, sisters, you have a job. Having a phone is understandable in high school. However, if you're abusing your right, that's a problem. Like you won't be at work on your phone all day, right? You're gonna do what you have to do. When your boss is talking to you, you're not gonna be texting in front of him. Like treat your teacher the same way. That's how I see it. But
what do you guys think of this guy's tweet? He says, "I feel that if teachers dress more professionally instead of looking like they are part of the student body, they would gain more respect and wouldn't have to deal with these situations as often." The brother had to correct him. Listen, look at the brother's response. He says, This is what you think the solution is? That the school's introducing strict rules that forces the students to act accordingly? Not talking to the parents to instill better values in their kids that helps them see why respecting elders is important? Come on now. Dressing has nothing to do with it. That's funny. But what do you guys think should happen to this girl?
She's expelled, bro. She's gonna be in GED class.
Yeah, she's not. Yeah, bro, she's done. Like I don't know how else to explain it. She's
especially because everybody else has it on video, so you can't lie. It's a closed case. You assaulted that man. Bro, you're fucked.
The first thing you have to do, Rob, take that off the screen. The first thing she has to do is like after she gets expelled from the whole damn school district, she'll have to try to get into another school district, and now like you're constantly like, what was it? Like you're constantly trying to apply for school districts, but they all see this shit. Like, I'm not going to let you back in my school. I'm not going in this whole school district, bro. No.
Yeah.
Bro, that is psychotic too. The fact that she followed like that is kind of scary.
All right, next video. Who put this in here? Darren?
I did. Yeah, it's just quick. You can just a homie tried to finesse the other homie, and I don't know why he would do this. I just don't know why he would try to do this. But go ahead, and I just want to know y'all reaction.
Shoot me a DM with it.
Hey, Chris, really quick. Can you put together a proposal for me? Give me 4 of the addresses from the Cleveland properties. I'm gonna send you over an email address for somebody who's interested in them. Just package it up for me, and we can send it over. Anytime today, anytime you get a chance.
Look at the green button, yo.
Okay. Say it again.
Bro, you just made a fake phone call?
What?
Hey, man, I'm out of here, dude.
Nigga's a clown.
Hey, man, I'm out of here, dude.
Really a clown.
Hey, man. Hey, man. Hey, dog. I know damn well. I know y'all seen that green button down at the bottom like I seen it.
Bro, I'm still on the call. What?
Oh shit.
Listen, I'm gonna call you back. Tony, come on now. Bro.
I know y'all niggas seen that green button. I know
Yeah.
y'all seen that motherfucking green button, man. I know y'all seen that green button. I know y'all saw that green button, man. Hell no, bro. Hey, hell no, bro. I see every motherfucking thing, dog. I see everything, man. Niggas be thinking they can play with me, bro. I see everything, nigga. You can never play me, man.
So there's a couple of things I got to say about that. I'm mad he tried to gaslight him. He tried to gaslight him too. Oh man. Here's my thing, man. Do you know what they say about these? Do you know what they say about clean-shaven men in the white community? They say in the white community they believe that if you have a beard, you're untrustworthy. So they say if you're clean-shaven, no facial hair at all, you're a more trustworthy person, and you're more likely to get, let's say, a deal done because you're more trustworthy because you're clean-shaven.
Who tells you these tricks?
know.
Do you have an old white man trapped in your well somewhere?
Stop there. I mean, LA. I mean, I found that I saw that on the internet. They're talking about why you should be clean shaven for business deals because they said they're more trustworthy.
Okay, I don't know.
But that nigga was lying through his teeth. I'm mad he called Crystal. Then he actually called Crystal. That make it look like he was still on the phone with Crystal.
This thing is a clown.
I don't know what he was trying to do, but like you could even see it inside of his phone glasses, like the reflection.
Yeah.
Like, where is he at? Why couldn't he just be like, "Yo, let me get to the office and I'll call"? Like,
bro, it was crazy
right now, bro.
At the very beginning of it, I'm pretty sure he says, "Hey, you could either just DM it to me or email it to me." You didn't even have to do this. You could just shoot.
Can you scrub back to the beginning? You don't got to play it. I just want to scrub back. I think he actually tried to call. Maybe it didn't go through.
No.
See, keep going. Like, it looks like he's calling somebody.
Then why do you lie about it?
Go forward. It looks like he actually is calling somebody. Keep going. See? It looks like he's talking to somebody. And then it goes away.
Nah, that's not a call.
Go back a little bit. What's that button?
I don't know what that is. But
What's that blue? There's a red button there.
That look like text, like the blue text or green, like phone call.
I don't know. It looked like he was trying to do something, and then maybe.
Like,
but why he ended up just acting it out at that point? Like, hold on. Like, is that an iPhone? My phone don't got no buttons like that. Let me see.
Yeah, like,
yeah, that's not an iPhone. I don't know what that is. That's an Android thing, Darren? Is that what that is?
Yeah, it's an Android. It's an Android thing.
Yeah, that's how it looks when you're making a phone call. Yeah, you're right. It's way different.
Yeah. You know what the funny part is? He said, "Bro, I've been on the phone the whole time." It says, "Does that not
calling?"
Yeah.
He was flexing. Why he was flexing?
He tried, bro. He tried, man.
Maybe he was leaving a voicemail. Maybe it was a voice recording. That way he can remember.
I don't know, man.
What's the comments say?
The comments on this they never work good.
Okay.
And it's always somebody saying something outlandish.
Laughing my ass off, world mogul shit. His face after hanging up. Real professional looking real estate agent there. In a car with a do-rag rolling on the fucking floor. Fucking clown. The second call went to voicemail, I bet.
Homie, right there, he got a point. I was about to defend him until he was still on the call. If your phone is open, you can accept calls without it leaving the current screen. It does go dark when you put it to your ear, though. He's smart. It didn't go dark when you put it to your ear.
Yeah. Bro, it was crazy, bro. Yeah, he's just dumb. That's just dumb.
All this black business since the fake pandemic seems like propaganda or a setup. You upset or obsessed? Let's see where they at in 2 to 3 years. Banned, continue, just got blocked and reported. LOL, little snowflake defended Wakanda. LOL.
He it was crazy.
He told that nigga he's defending Wakanda, bro. That's hilarious.
But yeah, this is just something I wanted to show y'all because
I think that's a pretty good advice. Not to cut you off, Darren. I think that's pretty good advice. Don't trust a nigga in a do-rag. During a business deal, if we're doing a business deal, I don't want to see you in your do-rag. That's like
that's a valid point.
What did old boy say? Kevin Samuels there talking about women in bonnets. Niggas should be in do-rags outside the house. Hot take.
There are definitely times where people are just impromptu business calls. Sometimes people are thinking it's a phone call. Dude's like, I'm only able to be Zoomed right now. Things are impromptu. There are occasions where things happen. Dude's at the middle of the grocery store. He wasn't expecting this meeting.
No, I get it from your point of view, but at the same time,
situations.
Yes, but I'm just saying, if I'm meeting up with you, don't have a do-rag.
That's true. If I'm meeting
like
up
that's
with
all.
you,
Like if it's a business deal and we're about to close in on it or anything, don't have a do-rag going if I'm face to face with you. If it's impromptu, yes. Like if it's just a weekend call and I got a question about the contract, yeah, that's totally different.
But real estate, I mean, I know people who do real estate as a second job, so people.
Yeah, I get it.
Just getting they hustle in, so I don't know. What is this trash?
So apparently, Darren was telling us that Chris Brown and Usher got in a fight yesterday.
Yesterday, yeah.
Over a girl?
Teyana Taylor. I guess the report that I've seen is that Chris Brown got into it with Teyana Taylor in some which way, shape, or form. Usher was there and tried to cool down the situation. Chris Brown tried to leave the actual venue. Usher went to try to calm him down, and they're saying Usher got jumped by Chris Brown people. Hopefully none of this is true.
Before we even watch the video, Usher's way too old to be getting jumped. He's too old for this shit. Oh, and it's at the skating rink too. That's Usher's place.
Bro, go. Just play the video. Let's see what happens.
Okay, that was nothing. I have another video.
I guess that was just what was happening before, like what I described essentially.
Here's another video.
Central, this boy grew up.
All right, so sources tell Hollywood Unlocked that the incident started when Chris Brown, who appeared intoxicated, allegedly got disrespectful with Teyana Taylor for an unknown reason. Multiple guests, including Usher, tried to de-escalate the situation, but Chris reportedly called Usher a coward and left the venue for his tour bus. Usher followed behind the singer, but unfortunately that's when things reportedly went left. Chris Brown and his crew allegedly jumped Usher, leaving him with a bloody nose.
That's all that happened. He's good.
Yeah. I kind of agree with that. Kind of. But I think Chris Brown do got to chill out.
While Usher and co saying to Chris earlier in the evening when everything was fine, the last slide is earlier that night. Things unfortunately got ugly in the wee hours of the morning. When eyewitnesses tell us Chris was attempting to talk to Teyana Taylor, who was also in attendance and sitting on a bench just outside the rink, we're told for whatever reason Teyana was ignoring him. TMZ sources said this pissed Chris off and he started to yell at her, and that's when Usher intervened and tried to calm him down. TMZ was told Chris wasn't having it, cursing at Usher and Teyana, but then mostly focusing his anger directly at Usher. Eventually, our sources say Chris told his crew they were leaving and they exited the facility. Usher took off his skates and went after them. At least he took his skates off. An eyewitness who says they were present for this tells TMZ they saw Usher go behind a string charter buses that were parked in the lot where Chris and his crew were at. A short time later, Usher emerged with what appeared to be a bloody nose.
Looked like a good time to me.
I don't even know how the fuck I ended up with the motherfucking mic tonight, but I got it. We celebrate the motherfucking legend
They got
right
Bow
now.
Wow
You
there.
understand what I'm saying? If you celebrating a birthday like my bro celebrated a birthday, make some motherfucking noise and get in there with some best all the single ladies tonight. My nigga Usher put this shit on. Bro, I been, listen, we been down since youngins and we still on that same wave, right? We can do something special.
All right, I feel like this is just earlier in the party, but yeah. All right, LA, y'all, we was not there. We are not going to jam to the man's birthday after he done gave somebody a bloody nose.
Whose birthday was it? Usher or Chris Brown?
I think it was Chris Brown's birthday.
So why the fuck was Tiana Taylor at his birthday not talking to him?
Sometimes people get drunk.
Are you sure it was Usher's birthday?
I go to people's birthday all the time and not talk to them. They get too busy.
Nigga, why does this look like an anime character? What the fuck is that?
Why?
Mexican holiday. He had no choice but to be blackout drunk.
No, but Darren, let's be honest though. If you go to somebody's birthday party and they try to say hi to you or just say something to you, and you're ignoring them, wouldn't you be a little upset too? It'd be like, why the fuck you at my birthday party?
Yeah, but we all know who he is and what he was really trying to do, so it's fine.
What was he really trying to do, LA? Hold on.
He was trying to smash, and she wasn't having it.
Nah, you know Ahmad Shepard plays great defense.
All right. We're going to see what happens when he go to
Ahmad and them
court
got
for
an elevator in
assaulting-
their house. Fuck all that.
For assaulting Usher.
I don't think this was a good look though for anybody.
How's
that not a good look for Usher? Because Usher's getting beat up?
Yeah, Usher shouldn't be getting beat up. He too old to be getting beat up.
Exactly what you said at the beginning.
He's supposed to have security.
All right, LA. Speaking of more about computers and old people, why we're probably just going to be the downfall of society.
But before you play this,
Go ahead.
I want y'all. We don't have to watch like a minute, maybe two of it, because it's a while. It's a lot of bullshit. I want you to write down or think of your favorite dumb comment that they ask, so we can talk about it.
All right, bet.
If I move from here and go over there and sit with my Democrat friends, which will make them real nervous, does Google track my movement? Does Google, through this phone, know that I have moved here and moved over to the left?
Not by default. There may be a Google service which you've opted in to use, and if
So Google knows that I am moving over there. It's not a trick question. You know, you make $100 million a year, you ought to be able to answer that question. Does Google know through this phone that I am moving over there and sit next to Mr. Johnson? It's yes or no.
I won't be able to answer without looking at.
You can't say yes or no.
Without knowing more details.
Yes or no?
I genuinely don't know without knowing
I'm
what
shocked
services.
you don't know. I think Google obviously does.
Would you agree to allow an independent entity to study your search results for political bias? I know have individuals studying that now, but you appointed them. Would you allow a third-party, independent, outside organization to study your search results and cooperate with them to determine the degree, or if any, of political bias?
To date, there have been independent third-party studies looking at search results. The Economist did it.
But you chose those third parties. I'm talking about someone truly independent.
We didn't choose those third parties. I mean, they completed those studies.
If you Google the word idiot under images, picture of Donald Trump comes up. I just did that. How would that happen? How does search work so that would occur?
for any time you type in a keyword, we've gone out, crawled and stored copies of billions of web pages in our index. And we take the keyword and match it against web pages and rank them based on over 200 signals. Things like relevance, freshness, popularity, how other people are using it. And based on that, at any given time, we try to rank and find the best results for that query. And then we evaluate them with external raters to make sure that, and they evaluate it to objective guidelines. And that's how we make sure the process is working.
So it's not some little man sitting behind the curtain figuring out what we're going to show the user. It's basically a compilation.
This bitch thinks it's the Wizard of Oz.
These are the people who are running our country, bro.
What was that? She's the Democrat of California. This is the Democrat of California.
Our country.
I can't do this, bro. We need better leadership in this country. We need better leadership in this country.
The thing is, we vote for all these niggas.
Now, I ain't vote, dog. And if you did vote for her, and you better be able to justify what she's saying, because this is just bad. This is bad. This is bad. This is bad.
Let's keep going.
What's your favorite question?
So far, this lady's, when you look up the word idiot, it pulls up Donald Trump. Why does that happen? Probably because a lot of people are calling Donald Trump an idiot. That's probably why. I think that's a pretty simple answer.
Oh my goodness.
There's not somebody sitting behind the curtain typing the shit in.
Like, bro, what?
Who's approving these questions is what I want to know.
They probably stayed up all night writing these shits down.
Because look at the girl behind her, like, oh my God. Like the girl behind her obviously knows this is a waste of time.
The funniest part is, if they ask any of their grandchildren these questions, they could probably explain it to them.
Get the fucking answer, and they know it. They would be like, "Yo, mom or grandma, this is exactly how it works."
Or you know what?
They got a large database.
Oh, you know what? They'll be like, "Grandma, I don't know. Hold on, Alexa," and then bam.
Exactly.
Grandma didn't even think about it. Oh my God, I can't wait for old people to
Google your
stop being in power.
Dummy.
You dumb bitch. Google will tell you how it works.
Here's the thing, LA. Do you think when we get old, we're going to be out of touch with technology?
Probably, but not this far. This is crazy.
Not this far. This is not this bad. I feel like we just wouldn't touch
on
it.
TikTok 4.0 or nothing like that, but like I'll know how the cloud works. Like I understand the technology.
Yeah, bro.
You want to keep going? Because this is pretty funny.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Generating and trying to sort through that information.
We don't, manually intervene on any particular search result.
I have a 7-year-old granddaughter, picked up her phone before the election, and she's playing a little game, kind of game a kid would play, and up on there pops a picture of her grandfather. I'm not going to say into the record what kind of language was used around that picture of her grandfather, but I'd ask you, how does that show up on a 7-year-old's iPhone who's playing a kid's game?
Congressman, iPhone is made by a different company, and so,
it might have been an Android. It was a hand-me-down of some kind.
Also, to my knowledge, you've never sanctioned any employee for any type of, for manipulating search results whatsoever. Is that the case?
It's not possible for an individual employee or groups of employees to manipulate our search results. We have a robust framework, including many steps in the process. And so
my time is up. Let me just say I disagree. I think humans can manipulate the process. It is a human process at its base. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Have you considered having an online school that people could go to with a Google rep who could kind of log in and kind of ask questions, or have Google, and not like Comcast where you get put on hold for 30 minutes and then find somebody.
Bro, is he talking about Google search engine?
This dude's a fucking idiot. He wants someone to call, that way he can ask them Googles. It's fucking insane.
We are so bad. This is so bad.
Crazy. Like, you shouldn't be able to run the country if you're over 70 years old. Like,
bro, this is embarrassing. That is embarrassing. Like, not, bro. I'm so happy I didn't see nobody from Ohio up there because you don't understand how badly I would be embarrassed. Louisiana, y'all need to be embarrassed about that. That was bad. This is really bad. The people you wear, I'm a big person that you wear your last name as you leave your house. These motherfuckers just embarrassed their whole family. Like they embarrassed their grandchildren. They embarrassed their children. That was bad. Like that
They
was
grandkids at
really
school getting bullied. Like your granddad don't know how to Google.
like tell them to call me. I'll do it for them. Like bro,
$100
I would,
a Google
bro.
search.
Them
That's what
grandkids,
we need to do.
they
We need to
deserve
make
to
a
get bullied
company.
at school.
We
for
need to
this.
make a company, Darren, that Googles things for old people. $1 million idea.
Oh,
They're about to be fake in LA. I'm sorry, bro. It would be a great idea, but they're about to die off.
That's
That
fine. We can
business,
be rich
that
in 5
business
years.
will last for about 5-10 years.
That's all we need. $100 a Google search, and we can just have the AI do it. That way, we don't have to actually do anything, and it just talks to them. It's perfect.
This is a great idea.
All we
Alright.
have to do is we just have to pay for the IVR to answer and hang up on them. It'd be perfect. They can call as much as they want.
So
perfect.
Here's the thing. Here's the problem. Did you hear what you just said? So let's say this. He mentioned his Comcast, and he said it takes 30 minutes. So let's say he's having problems with like his internet or something. His internet saying disconnected. He's calling Comcast and waiting 30 minutes on the line to get it fixed. And he doesn't know that he can just go on his phone. Well, I guess go to his data and look it up.
Yeah. Sounds like a stupid question for him.
I feel very sorry for the CEO that had to answer these questions because
he was there for days answering these questions.
I don't know if I'm mature enough not to be like.
Are you joking?
Like,
are you serious?
Like, are you like exactly like,
Like, bro, this is the United States government asking me these questions, or do you just need IT support?
Like, this is embarrassing. That was embarrassing, bro. That is really embarrassing.
This man gets paid hundreds of millions of dollars a year to run one of the.
I don't know about hundreds of millions.
He got paid $200 million this year.
This
Hundreds of
Republican?
millions of dollars. No, the CEO. Hold on.
Oh, the CEO. Got you.
This man gets paid hundreds of millions of dollars to run one of the, if not the most successful tech company in the world, and you're asking him these questions? Like this couldn't be a fucking email?
Yeah,
I just don't know, man. I don't know. Or shit, fax it. Send it by carrier pigeon. I don't give a fuck. Just this was a waste of time.
This is fucking embarrassing. This is fucking embarrassing. Like I'm embarrassed as an American. I couldn't imagine being represented by the state, by them representing my state, let alone like that would be So
do you think that dude's never used Google before?
I don't think they've used anything of use before.
Bro, it's probably that makes me think like they probably had like a hard time using like Teams and like during the pandemic.
They
probably were
I'm
struggling.
sorry. They're the reason why we have to go back to the office because they just can't do technology.
Yeah,
that's why. All right. So Neil deGrasse Tyson was on Stephen A. Smith's new podcast, and he was explaining the science behind field goals. Watch this.
The Cincinnati Bengals are playing the Seahawks, and the game ended in a tie. And I said, I'll watch the overtime. And the Bengals have the ball. They were ready to kick for a field goal, and it was going to be like a 52-yard field goal. There's the ball tumbling. Everyone is watching it. And I saw it hit the left upright and careen in for the win. And I said, whoa, let me check something real quick. Did a fast calculation. Then I tweeted. I said, the Cincinnati sudden death field goal for the win was aided by a third of an inch deflection to the right because of Earth's rotation. People lost their minds. They're like, what are you talking about? The Cincinnati
Bengals won a football game because the Earth was rotating.
That's how the world works, right? The world rotates, right?
But Darren, you won the football game because the Earth rotated at the right time?
The Earth is always rotating. Am I wrong about that?
So what he's saying is, at that exact millisecond of its time frame was the difference between the ball going in and the ball going out. So if that ball was 1 millisecond later, it would have missed. They would have missed the field goal. I don't know how fast Earth turns, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, but yeah, I think I'm
The
lost on
percentage was so small that if it was like a millisecond later, it's a miss compared to a make.
So the Earth is not always moving at the same speed.
It is.
No, it
They're
is.
just saying that it was so close that because the Earth is spinning, it made the difference. If the Earth
You're
wasn't
losing me once again because if the Earth is not spinning, we die.
so you see right here, this is the goalpost. Most
Yeah.
people aim in between here, right?
Yeah.
It was over here, and it was going to miss, but because the Earth spun ever so slightly, the ball made it. That's all it's saying. That's it. That's it.
I think
It's
I'm
very
lost.
straightforward.
Yeah, I think I wouldn't lose my mind on this tweet maybe because I'm having a hard time conceptualizing it.
Darren, okay, let's do the exact same thing, but imagine the Earth is moving faster. Let's say 1 mile per hour, and the goalpost is moving with the Earth at 1 mile per hour spinning, and you got to hit it in between. Now slow that. So now you click the ball, it hits the upright, and it goes in. Now slow it down to where the Earth is moving like super slow, like milliseconds. Like literally like little bit at a time.
I get it. But
okay.
I'm having a hard time understanding why people lose their mind. I think that's what I'm starting to get to. I get it. I get the point.
It's kind of mind blowing, right?
Kind
They literally won a football game because the Earth was turning.
I feel
And
like
if the
that's all
Earth
the
turned,
time,
if they kick the ball a millisecond later, it's a miss.
That's where you lose me. That's where you losing me. I'm gonna be honest with you, but I'm gonna let this go.
It's
I'm
a
gonna let
timing
this go.
thing.
The Earth is always spinning at if it's always spinning at the same speed, and it's always spinning,
right?
It doesn't matter when you actually kick the ball.
No. If they kick if he kicked it the same exact way in the same exact spot in the exact same area, he's saying that the goalpost would have moved so slightly because of the Earth spinning that they would have missed.
I got you, Rob. I'm understanding what's going on.
All right.
I'm sorry.
Elliot
Yeah, I'm
understands.
sorry.
That's some AFC North football right there. All right. Next, I'm going to show you all my favorite clip from Johnny Manziel when he was the big man on campus at Texas A&M. This is a quick one.
Yo, Club, are you here? I can't hear. There's too much money in my fucking head. I can't hear you. I can't hear it. I'll call you back. Zero to 100. Real quick. Real fucking quick.
He said, "I can't hear you because I have all this fucking money in my hand." That was the douchiest white boy, party boy shit I've heard in ages, and I thought that shit was the funniest shit in the world.
He should have never got drafted in the first round. I'm sorry to say it, but it's just that, like, come on now.
The Browns fan I worked with, we were just talking about Johnny the other day. I was listening to Johnny on a podcast. He was like doing like a retrospective on his career. He says the thing I regret most in my NFL career was not taking it seriously enough, because I feel like I wasted 2 years of Joe Thomas's Hall of Fame career. He said if I had any regrets, that's my biggest regret.
Respectful. Joe Thomas was amazing left tackle.
All right, that's Johnny. What other videos y'all want to get hit before we
real quick? Can we do
here?
the? Oh shit! That one.
All right, choose there.
I got 3. Ready? Let's start with the Australian color.
All right, let's find it real quick. Introduce it.
All right. Yeah, Australia changes the color in 1975. Is that what it was?
Yep.
It doesn't. I thought this was so trippy the first time I watched it. I was confused, but I watched it without sound. But we're gonna watch it without sound or with sound, clearly. But go ahead.
Money back. The colour. It's leaking through the window. 2, the filming thing all over my new carpet.
Spilling the room! Coming in the brain! We got for the Wollongong here! I'll try and hold it down! There it is. I can't hold it on very long. Here it goes, Harper!
I just thought it was entertaining.
Yeah, what the fuck you be showing me, dog?
This
At least
is
in
very
America, we got the Wizard of Oz. The first thing it was like,
But dog, I think this is a great way of introducing color to the people. Like you gotta think about it, bro. They just saw this for the longest of time, and then they're like, "Hold up, my whole life is about to change into color." Like this is a great way of introducing it.
That was pretty dope.
I think it's a pretty creative way to introduce it, but like that nigga looks like white Medea.
Stop, bro.
Tell me he doesn't look like Medea.
Bro, it's the 1970s and it's Australia. This is not big Hollywood. Chill out.
So, okay. All right. What else do you want to watch?
I'm gonna save the BBL for next time. Actually, what's right next to the BBL? The World Star one. World Star one.
This went south real quick. Am I an a-hole for divorcing my wife for up 2 years after she was assaulted? Let's check this story out.
Oh, go ahead. Never mind.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Darren.
Go ahead. No, just play it. I want y'all to. It's crazy, but go
Am I
ahead.
the a-hole for divorcing my wife 2 years after she was assaulted? I, 25-year-old male, have been married to Amber, 25 female, for the last 5 years. For the first 2 years of our marriage, it was absolutely amazing. We did everything together. We worked. I took care of the bills. She took care of the household. We pretty much had the perfect life until she got on social media and started to learn about hot girl summer and all this hot girl stuff. I didn't understand the appeal of it, but she wanted to go out and party more, go out and drink, and I didn't want to do it with her. Because she had friends, she started to develop more girl nights and have a lot of more fun with her single friends. I was letting her know, hey, you're married. And she was like, well, I can have fun, I can live my life, I'm still young, and these are the best years I have. And I said, okay. 6 months after that conversation, her friend group started to include more guys. And I had some calls about this and was like, maybe I should start going with you because this could end up being a dangerous situation. And she said, no, you don't like that type of stuff. And these guys are cool anyway. And I was like, okay, but like this seems like a bad situation. So one night I was feeling really, really sick and she was about to head out and I was like, hey babe, can you just stay with me for the night? I feel like something bad's gonna happen. I really want you to spend some time with me and just sleep with me, watch some movies and eat some ice cream. She said no, her friends were asking her to come out, and everything was going to be fine. And for the life of me, I said no. And I started a hard argument. And I was like, if you leave this house, I will be extremely disappointed and I will be extremely hurt. And she said, is that an ultimatum? Because we can just end this relationship now. And that right there brought me to tears because I didn't think we were like that. I didn't think that was something that was going to happen between us. And as she was walking out the door, I just knew something was going to happen. Lo and behold, something bad did happen. And it was way worse than I thought. The individual that did the action against her ended up getting a long time in prison. And everything came out that he did it not to just her, multiple people. It was an absolute tragedy. And we went to therapy and talked through this. Well, that was 2 years ago. And I'm going to be honest with you. I haven't touched her since that night. The reason is, about a week after the incident, there was a lot of trauma that was going on with her. But I had asked her, hey, is it cool if you get tested? And she said, I haven't been with anybody but you. And then I had to remind her again, which led her down a horrible rabbit hole. Lo and behold, yeah, she had got something from old buddy. And it was not something you can just get rid of. And I'm going to be honest, I didn't want it. So for the past 2 years, I've just been emotional support for her and not really inside of an intimate relationship with my wife. I don't want to live like this. And I know this is something that she's going to have to live with for the rest of her life. But, like, I shouldn't have to. So I'm really thinking about getting a divorce because...
All right, so I want to know y'all opinion on it. But from which point, I'm going to ask you, at what point do you feel what you're feeling? LA, we'll start with you. Because I feel like Rob is a little wild.
I mean, to answer his question, is he the asshole for wanting a divorce at any point in time? If you are not happy in your relationship, if it is more give than take, if your mental health and your stability is at risk, I feel like you need to always put yourself forward. Like you can always fix your relationship, but you need to make sure you're safe and whatnot first. So I don't think for any reason that this man wanting a divorce is
Makes him a bad
out
guy.
of the is out of the question. Like everybody has their reasons. Now this situation is it's a little wild. Like, you know, like if there's no progress going on in a relationship, I feel like, you need to move on. However, you did stand before God and say, "Till death do us part, for better or for worse." So either you take your vows seriously and you continue doing what you stood before God and your family in doing, or you move forward with your life. It's up to you.
Right.
You go get the onions, Darren. This is we have to peel this shit back little by little. So there's a couple things here. At first, I thought this shit was going to be a joke because he said "hot girl summer," and then I was like, "Oh, she's serious." The moment she gave him the ultimatum, I personally don't believe in ultimatums. I think if you give somebody an ultimatum, you should always choose the one that disagrees with what they think, personally. But you're his wife, and he told you something bad was going to happen, and something bad happened. My question is, I have a bunch of questions. My first question would be, did she acknowledge that he was right in the situation?
What does that have to do with the situation being right?
Being right. She was so adamant about going out, and he told her multiple
What does that have to do
times
with the situation of being right, though?
because he told her multiple times, "I think something's going to happen. I don't like that
Okay.
you're going out with all these dudes.
If
I
you
don't
say
like that you're going out
every
with your
day,
friends."
You say I don't think you should wear heels because you're gonna sprain your ankle. Eventually, that shit's gonna happen. Like you say that shit every time. Eventually, like
I
what do
personally
you?
don't think being right matters in this case.
It does.
But I think it doesn't. No, because the same way you don't believe in ultimatums, I don't believe in ultimatums in relationships, but I also don't believe in the right and wrong game. Like that shit doesn't that's not. Yes, he was right, but
He ain't get nothing out of it.
it's not like there's no gain out of being right. Like if anything, he's still losing because he was right.
But if he would have listened to her, she wouldn't have any type of diseases right now. They probably still have a pretty decent marriage. Because from what he was telling us, it sounds like they were slowly moving apart from each other anyway because of this partying thing in the first place. That's what it sounded like to me. It sounded like the relationship wasn't going down the way he was looking for in the right spot, and he just wanted to chill with her for at least a night. So I'm not saying like the end all be all is him being right, but I'm saying it should play a big factor in it. Maybe at the end of the day, because she was assaulted, that we tried to cover that up, because he even stated it was way worse than what I could even think of. I don't know what he thought was going to happen, but it was way worse. You don't think that?
I mean, if you hear what he says first, he says he felt sick and he wanted just the comfort of having somebody there while you're sick, right?
Right.
There's nothing wrong with that, and that's in that sense. I think that's where the mistake was made. If your significant other is sick and they're asking you to stay with them, like not like you have to go to work, but like, oh, I'm going to hang out with my friends. No, stay with your significant other because they're sick. Like,
I'm sorry.
like if they're asking,
this is interesting. But go on.
that I just think that's exactly what I was gonna say. I just think staying with your significant other when they say, "Hey, can you stay with me when I'm sick?" Like in this time, it would be different if it's like COVID, for example. Like nobody should want to stay with. I don't want the other person that your significant other catching COVID. That's different. But if it's just normal, hey, I don't feel good, just stay with me, I think that's not asking a lot in a relationship. I'm sorry. I don't think so.
It's not asking a lot, but at the same time, she wanted to go out. Like she was 22, 23, like
I think they said both were 25.
24, 25. Okay, that's still, she wants to go out and have a good time too. Just because she's married, she don't want to stay inside. Like
No,
so she has
I get
to
that.
now.
I'm not
stay
saying every
inside.
weekend. I'm not saying every weekend.
No one said every weekend.
I said just during the being sick.
Okay, so
That's all
let's
I'm
say
saying.
he's sick and he was sick all week. It's now the weekend. She's been with him all fucking week. She wants to go party with her girlfriend.
No, she hasn't. What if they would? No,
We don't know that.
These are
We don't know.
these
that.
are a whole bunch.
We don't know.
We
that.
don't. You're right. It's a whole bunch of ifs. And if you're throwing around ifs, I could throw around ifs too.
What
I'm
if
just
did I
saying.
throw in?
Yeah,
what
what
if did
ifs?
I throw in there?
What ifs did you throw in? We
I
don't know if it's
didn't.
COVID. We don't know how sick he's been. We don't know any of this. You're just saying that
No,
for
no, no,
one
no.
night
That's
she
not what he
wants him
said,
to
LA.
stay at home.
That's not
What
what
did he
LA.
say?
That's not what Darren said.
What did Darren say?
Darren, tell him what you said because Darren's.
I said I understand if it's COVID, you don't want your significant other near you. That's not a time that
We
you should
don't.
want your
But we
significant
don't
other.
know that. We don't know what time it is.
We
That's
don't
an
know.
if. What
I don't know.
time? What time was it
So
when
no,
this happened?
LA.
When he was
Darren
sick. What time was it when he was sick?
Darren. He was saying if it's COVID, I understand, but if it's a normal sickness, you
And
should
that's
probably
what
stay
I'm
with him.
saying. We don't know what he had. That's throwing around if. Did he say he had COVID?
No.
Did he
he
say he
said-
had the flu? Did he say he broke his ankle? No one knows what he had. He just said sick. That's an if.
So all
That's
Darren's
all I'm
saying is if it was COVID, he understands. If it's not COVID,
Okay.
he
And-
doesn't make sense. He
And
should
that's
stay
what
with
I'm
him.
also explaining. I'm throwing around my ifs too.
That's
We
not an
don't
if
know.
though. He's just
No,
giving
bro,
you two different scenarios.
And
Sorry.
so did Darren.
I'm sorry. What are your scenarios again? I'm sorry.
We don't know what he was sick with. If he was sick all week and if she was taking care of him all week, it's the weekend. Maybe she wanted to go have fun. I don't know the situation. All I'm saying is
I'll
it's
be
one side.
100% honest with you. I'll be disappointed in my motherfucking friend if I saw them out with me and their old ladies like sick. Like if you're married, bro, I'll be disappointed. I'm sorry. Like I'll be like, bro, what are you doing here?
What's like,
Like,
bro,
bro,
I've been with her all week, bro. 6 days a week.
Yeah,
I didn't
bro.
call off work.
Like-
I just wanted to
Oh.
night to myself.
Oh, that's fucking great. Guess what? You're gonna be with her the rest of your life. That's what marriage is, y'all. That,
You're right.
But you need some time to
I don't want
yourself.
to get sick.
I
What if it
get
was
that,
COVID?
dog. I
What if
get
it was
that.
COVID?
But
She had
we're not talking about the normal weekday. We're talking about somebody is sick. Take
We
care of
don't
the
know.
person that's sick.
We don't know how sick that motherfucker could have just had a sinus infection. You know how people are. We
But
don't
it doesn't
know. All
matter,
I'm saying
LA.
is
I'm
it does
telling
matter. It does
to you.
matter.
I'm telling you it doesn't. I'm telling you flat out. If you're married and that person is asking you to stay with them, something doesn't feel right. Stay with them because they're sick and something doesn't feel right.
And you know, he could have said whatever he wanted. That's fine. All I'm saying is this woman had her choices. She made her choice. This man could have, in the same token, when she started going out, could have gone with her, could have became a part of the friend circle, could have got close with the friend circle, weeded out all these weird dudes.
Wait. Hold on, LA.
He could have done a lot of
Hold on.
things.
No, hold
I
on.
agree with that.
Hold on, LA.
He could have done a lot
She
of
told
things.
him not to come. You don't remember
That
that part of the
time.
story?
That time.
No,
she
before
told him
that.
not to come.
Not the
when the
sick
boy,
time.
no, when the guys started becoming part of the friend group, is when he said, "I want to start coming around," and she said no.
She
And you
said
know
no.
what he should have done? I'm pulling up. The fuck?
Now he's the crazy spouse.
What the fuck? I'm not gonna be crazy. I'm pulling up with my girl. And if that's not cool, we can get a divorce. He could have cut this shit 3 years ago, bro.
I
In
agree.
my mind, he could have. In my mind, he's wrong for this shit. Like if a girl I'm with,
Whoa,
I'm married.
whoa, wait a
Hold
minute.
on.
He's wrong.
I'm not saying he. No, don't get me wrong. I'm saying in this situation, if I was in this situation and my girl's talking about it's hot girl summer, and I'm not allowed to come with you, and all this shit, it's over with, big girl.
So that's my next question for y'all. Do you guys think
It's
she was
over
cheating
with.
based on the information we were given?
I don't care what
I'm
was
not-
happening. It's over
yeah.
with.
Yeah, that's a sense of comfort at that point. You got niggas around you, and I can't be around. Nah, fuck that.
And I'm paying these bills.
Oh yeah, nah.
I'm out. It could
So
be either way.
was he? Should he have left the moment she got sexually assaulted, or did he do the right thing of staying around? Because he said he's just emotional support, and he figured that dude might have something, so he can't even have sex with his wife anymore.
You said till death do you part. Good for better or for worse. That's on you.
That's you know that's cap, LA, because there's certain circumstances that you got to leave a relationship, a marriage.
I'll be 100% honest.
That's what y'all said. That's what he said.
No, I'm serious.
I'm sorry.
I'm serious.
That's what he said. He said, before God and before my fellow men, I swear and I promise to respect you, care for you, love you, protect you, till death do us part, for better.
She made the same statement, LA. She didn't say in front of God that she can go out for hot girl summers.
Hey,
she didn't say that.
She's not trying to leave the relationship. She's not trying to leave
you gotta
the
hold
marriage.
both parties to the same fucking standard.
He's not trying to leave the marriage, though, right? By that argument, she's staying in it. She's not breaking the vow. Yeah.
No, Darren, do you remember the ultimatum she gave him? If you don't want me to go out, we can just end this relationship right now. She gave him an ultimatum. She
said,
and he was trying to protect her. He was doing his best. He was doing his.
Was he?
He listened to Kevin Samuels. He was listening to Top G, Andrew Tate. He said, "I want to protect you from this situation. I want to protect you from these guys." She didn't want him to come. I want to protect you from possibly getting sexually assaulted. He could have come. She put herself in that situation.
Shit, who bought the car? That's his car. He could have pulled up. If you want to be top dog, you got to be top dog, big dog. Come on.
All right, I want to read some of the comments from the comment section and see what they got to say.
It's you versus Clifford out here. Let's move.
No man wants to use a raincoat with his wife for the rest of their lives. Wouldn't any woman of an assault want to know herself? I don't know what the fuck that nigga talking about. Basically saying no man wants to use a condom on their wife. That's what I got from that. I'll leave and I'll let them friends take care of her. The one she was about to leave me for. Plus, I begged you not to leave, and you did so. Now it's my turn. It's my turn piece. What the fuck are these niggas talking about?
He's leaving. He's out.
Bro, you never fuck with cheaters. That shit is everywhere. If it happens once, guarantee it will happen again. Get yourself out before you get HIV, AIDS, or some incurable STD. Look, ever realize the first year or two is the best? Says most people. We shouldn't get married until we have 50 or more for company and companionship. Love is a state of mind. Our environment really provides even the thought of long-lasting love. It's a real gamble. So you think Drake's living life the best right now?
Probably.
Put a hot sauce in condoms?
Mm-hmm.
Why does this keep coming back up on this podcast?
You still think about it? Divorce papers the next day after the assault. Sign here, please. The second she started going out and not inviting you is a second you should have ditched. She's been cheating from the jump. That's what I'm saying, bro.
He could have nipped it in the bud if he really wanted to.
Yeah,
you
I think
are
we're
thinking
all
about
like
divorce,
that,
bro.
that
You
same
should.
point.
She's for the street. There's so
Yeah,
much wrong.
She's
here.
been for the streets. You just didn't know.
So here's my controversial topic, and this is I might get in trouble for. Do you think she put herself in a situation to get sexually assaulted?
Here we go with the putting yourself in
No,
situation.
dog. Stop, bro. No, she didn't. No. But
When your husband
ultimately-
warns you multiple times that he thinks
No,
something bad
Rob,
can happen.
no, Rob. Leave it alone, LA. You don't, LA. Just stop. He don't even.
That's what she wanted.
No.
She wanted to get sexually
No.
assaulted. No.
No, y'all
Friends,
stop.
but she wanted.
She wanted to have phone for friends, and she left her protection at home. Her husband was her protection.
After he
Point
begged her to
blank,
come.
period.
Because he thought
Dog,
something bad was
that's-
gonna happen.
All I said was,
Because he's a stick in the mud. You hear how
Listen.
this dude sound? He don't sound like he had fun. He sound like he sit at home and read Harry Potter books to himself under a blanket. That's what he sound like.
bro, but is it a problem? Would you really have a problem with a nigga sitting in the corner reading a book?
Yes.
Meanwhile,
I
his wife.
want to kick it with you.
You don't gotta kick it with him. That's
You
the whole
sound
point.
you
He can
sound like
sit in the
the-
corner and watch his wife. There's not a problem with that. Like you wouldn't. If I'm walking into the bar,
That's creepy to me.
just dog.
sorry.
If I'm just a person walking into a bar and I see somebody right there with a drink in their hand reading a book, when I see all these girls over here, hot girl summering up, I'm gonna look at this dude and I'm gonna continue to go towards these girls. And then when I'll find out that old girl is married and that's her husband, that's when I walk away. You want to know why I walk away? Because that nigga's crazy.
That's not what's gonna happen. Drinks gonna start flowing, and someone's gonna fuck your wife. That's what's gonna happen.
Why he's in the corner?
Yeah,
reading a
'cause
book.
They think that he likes watching that shit. That's a whole subcategory on Pornhub, my guy. Just
Excuse
letting you
me?
know.
What are we
The
talking
world
about now?
is wild.
It is a wild world. It is a wild world. It is a wild world.
Yo, LA, reading Harry Potter book while your wife is having sex with another man is crazy.
That's what they be doing, bro.
That's crazy.
That's what they be doing. And he looked like the prototype of type person that.
What does that mean? Is it
Anyway.
because he got glasses on?
Before I get fired, can we please go to another topic?
Yeah, please, Rob.
Well, all right. Our last topic.
You could just all right, let's do this one.
This one?
Or unless y'all
Oh,
got
no.
one that y'all want
The
to do.
last one I wanted to do was the funny one.
What's the funny one?
Nope. 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 I don't know what that is. Nope.
Oh, that Alabama. Nah, I didn't want to talk about that.
Where's mine?
Was it not the dog? Was it not the dog?
No, it was there was a wedding one.
I don't remember a wedding one.
Rob, you trying to pull it up?
Let's see if I can find it in Discord real quick.
My phone. I'm sure I have it saved.
Oh, I got it right here.
Yeah. This one. We gotta watch this one. This is gonna be a good one to end on.
Here has any reason whatsoever, but he's not doing it. Now, or forever hold your peace. Everyone, thank you for coming on this wonderful occasion, this wedding day. I really do thank you for coming here. Thank you for always being there for me. Baby, I love you. I really love you. There's one thing I want to talk to you about. I couldn't figure out the word in expression. So I figured the best way to bring everything
So there I go. Oh, can I make a wife out of a hoe?
Oh my God! What the? Oh hell! Oh! Oh!
Hey, Darian. When you're playing poker, bro, always hold pocket aces until the last hand.
Yo, what?
You always hold pocket aces.
Yeah, he paid for the wedding and everything. Went through with it.
Yeah, that's pretty petty.
Before they say I do, use a line, cheating bitch. Yo, that's all I got for y'all. See y'all next week.
Thank you for listening to another episode of the Purple Pill Podcast. I'm your host, Robert. That's my co-host, Darren in LA. Hey, and just be careful who y'all marry, all right? Peace out.
It's for the streets, man. They for the streets.
Y'all have a good one. Peace.
What you doing there? If you pulling this on your wife?